Hey y'all, it's Megan. If you're returning to my channel, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome aboard. Sorry I sound like this. I have apparently developed an allergy to something in the air the past couple of days, so that's a fun time. This is especially good considering what we're going through right now to be sneezing all the time. People really love that. But so it's been a little hectic around here. As you can hear, there's more chaos. I have been working from home, so is my husband. Pretty much everyone is working from home except for those of you who are in essential businesses, and we thank you very much. So sorry I haven't posted in a little while, but here we are in all of our quarantine glory. I am rocking bandanas and headbands more often than not because salons are closed. So can you see these roots that are like taking over the universe? That's a good time. So I'm just gonna cover that up. And I thought that to keep ourselves once again like a little happy island away from all the nastiness of the news and just stay in a happy bubble, I would do something that has kind of been floating around on the interwebs. You know, you've probably seen on Facebook and stuff where people are doing the unpopular opinion thing where they post 10 things that most people like that they really don't. Well, I decided that I would do a Disney spin on that. And these are not things that are like terrible or just absolutely horrendous, but it's just things that at Disney parks that people generally like that I may not enjoy quite as much. So the first thing, these aren't in any kind of order, but the first thing I'm going to mention just right off the bat to get it out there is I don't like Mickey Premium bars. I know my picture is me eating a Mickey Premium bar, so irony. That is actually only one of the only ones that I've ever actually eaten in the parks. I typically don't go for frozen things because I can't bite them. I have really sensitive teeth, so I can't bite them. And when I do, Mickey Premium bars, for some reason, I don't know what that chocolate is made of, but if you breathe on it wrong, it just like explodes and then I have chocolate everywhere. It's not a good time. They don't taste that amazing. I would rather honestly have the chocolate covered like frozen banana. That actually is better to me than just the vanilla ice cream with the chocolate on top. It's just not worth the price for what it is, and it's too difficult to eat, and there's so many things that I'd rather have than that. So it's not that it's terrible, but I'm not a big fan. I don't really like it. My next one, I've debated whether or not this actually counts as an unpopular opinion because I feel like a lot of people kind of agree with me, but Dinoland USA. A lot of people agree that that whole place should just be like wiped out, but my main issue is the costumes. I hate the carnival costumes that the cast members have to wear. I understand that it's like, you know, a carnival or whatever, and it doesn't really fit with the rest of the park, and I kind of wish that it would all go away, but if it's not, then can we please change the costumes? It doesn't need to have every single color on there. Disney costumes are usually so like sophisticated and like simple, and for some reason the Dinoland USA carnival costumes just like all the colors of Chester and Hester just like exploded and they're all on there. So many patterns. It's just, it needs to go. I really don't like it. And some people think it's fun. I'm not one of them. This next one, I'm afraid some people might not enjoy too much. I love Mickey Mouse. Don't get me wrong. Love me some Mickey. He's the head cheese. But I hate when he talks. I have not met Mickey when he talks. I don't want to meet Mickey when he talks. I'm not good with meeting talking characters anyway, face characters. I'm awkward. I can't. I'm better with fur characters. So now that Mickey can interact with you and he's blinking his little eyes and he's saying phrases, it's creepy. I don't like it. I would panic. I don't know how to interact with him. It's a no from me. Another one that people are probably going to be very divided on. I have a feeling that some people will probably agree with me though. I don't like Happily Ever After. To me, Wishes is and forever will be the best nighttime show at Magic Kingdom and Disney in general. I loved Wishes. I grew up with Wishes. I worked there with Wishes. Wishes has my emotional heartstrings. It's all the feels, and I like the fireworks better than the projections because you can see the fireworks from anywhere, you can hear the music from anywhere. But the projections for Happily Ever After, while they are technologically amazing and all, and you know there are fireworks that go with it, I feel like there's like a very limited area of the park that you can actually see and appreciate it correctly. If you are like, the last time I watched Happily Ever After, I was off towards Tomorrowland on that bridge. Couldn't hardly see the projections at all from over there. I knew what was happening, but you couldn't see it clear enough to be like, oh wow, that's amazing. Whereas with Wishes, you could be in the Emporium and hear the music, and you could like poke out and see the fireworks going off, and it's still just as amazing from over there. It's just as amazing from behind the castle. So to me, it's a better show, Wishes was, than Happily Ever After. That's just me. I liked Wishes. Maybe it's just because that's, you know, it's got my heart that I liked it so much better, but I'm just not a fan of Happily Ever After. Another Disney fan favorite that I have mentioned before, and I will mention again, that I really, really, really do not like, this is probably one of my least favorite things on Disney property, is the Country Bear Jamboree. Can't stand it. Will not go in it. My husband's never seen it. He's never gonna see it with me. Those bears creep me out. All the songs are depressing. They're a little creepy. And there's something about, I don't know what it is. The way that the bears look just terrifies me. And that even extends into like the Country Bear movie. Like, do y'all remember that from like 20 years ago? The movie, the way the bears looked in that, it's something about the animation style. I don't get it, and how it translates to like real life characters. I don't like it. They freak me out. I can't look at them. Like nightmare material. I don't know why it is, but I cannot stand the Country Bear Jamboree. So that is, you know, some people would like riot in the streets if Country Bears went away from Magic Kingdom because it's one of the, you know, the original things, but it could go anytime. Bye-bye. Something from another park. Most of this is centering around Magic Kingdom, but something from another park that I really don't like is Soarin' Around the World. Yes, it's pretty, but I really liked the original Soarin' over California better. I felt like the scents that they had piped in were better. I felt like the imagery was better. It didn't feel as strained to me. I don't know. I liked having it focused on one place and like kind of going through that. My sister, my mom, and I have been thinking since we first went on Soarin' in like 2005, 6, whenever we went to Disneyland. That was the first time we went on it. We've been saying since then, oh man, I wish that they could do one for every state. You know, kind of like Aerial America on History or National Geographic or whatever channel plays that. And you could kind of do like an in-depth look and like a flyover of every state. Now I think that would be awesome. I don't want them all in one thing though, because there's like no continuity. I don't know what it is about it that bothers me, but it's just like, right, we're in Africa, and then all of a sudden we're in China, and then we're in France, and I don't like it. I just wish that there was like, okay, this is where we are. We're in California. Look at all the beautiful things that you can see in California. Look at all the beautiful things that you can see in Alaska or Hawaii, or, you know, like, let's do one for every state, or, you know, one for each country or something, and not just like, here's the world. Going back to Magic Kingdom for one more. Going along, kind of like the Country Bear Jamboree, something about the way the characters look, the design of the faces and stuff. Sunny Eclipse. People love him, but Sunny Eclipse from Cosmic Rays, you know, the little band that kind of rises up and does their little thing while you're over there eating your sandwiches and stuff. I cannot look at him. I cannot listen to it. Videos of him I can't look at. I don't know what he is, what he's supposed to be, but I can't look at him. And if he was to just like spontaneously disappear from Magic Kingdom forever, I would not be sad about it at all. Disney Springs. People love Disney Springs. I like going to Disney Springs, but I do not like Disney Springs as much as I liked Downtown Disney. To me, it is not a Disney thing anymore. It's just a mall. It used to have all kinds of Disney stuff going on, and it was like kind of kitschy and like funky and cute, and it was Disney. Now it's just like this like high class. It's like the Mall of Millennium. Like, have y'all been to Mall of Millennia? It's like the fancy mall. It's like that has a satellite campus where Downtown Disney used to be. And Downtown Disney, you know, they used to have like the nightclubs, and they used to have like all this fun stuff that people could go and do. And now it's just shopping. It's literally just a shopping district and eating. And, you know, if you want to eat and you know your girl likes to eat, that's all fine and good. But I just kind of miss how it used to be. It used to be more focused on Disney. It used to be more family kind of stuff. And now it's just a glorified mall that kind of is connected to Disney-ish by a backstory that they created. My next one is another one that I feel like a lot of people are going to disagree with, which is kind of why it's on the unpopular opinion list, I guess. Duh, Meg. But FastPass Plus. I'm the only one in my family that doesn't like it, and I've mentioned before, I don't like FastPass Plus. I liked it with the old system where you just came into the park and you could go and you could get Fast Passes the day of. as much as I like to plan, and I mean, I am like type A with a capital A in bold underlined red, but I don't like having to plan what rides I want to ride in what park at what time 2 months before I'm even at the, even at the park. And on top of that, I don't stay on Disney property most of the time. I usually stay at a timeshare or somewhere like that. So if you're not staying on property, then you're at a disadvantage, and you don't get to book early, and you don't get to pick the ones that you want to get on. You have to go in the tier categories, whereas when you could just go into the park, get there first thing in the morning, and go and get a fast pass, you could get fast passes for all the things you wanted to do. You could go in and get it for Soarin' and Test Track and Norway. Like, you could get fast passes for everything without having to get the tiers. Now, you can only get them one at a time, which is the one thing about the old school fast pass system that is not as good as Fast Pass Plus. You kind of have everything laid out in a chunk with Fast Pass Plus, but it really isn't a big deal to go get one and then wait an hour and then go get another. To me, that just worked nicely, and I understand why they are doing it this way, and that this is the way that things are moving, and we're never going to go backwards. But I just really miss little paper fast. Plus, they were cool souvenirs. Like, does anyone still have like a collection of fast passes? I have them somewhere in like my box of stuff from my college program. I have a whole stack of fast passes where I would literally go and get a fast pass and not use it. You're welcome if you were waiting in the lines. I saved you a spot. But I would just get them and like keep them as souvenirs for like my scrapbook, which I've never actually put together. But we'll talk about my procrastination another time. My last one is going to require a little bit of explanation, so I've saved it for last. Hollywood Studios. I don't mean that I dislike the park or the things in it. In fact, there's nothing in Hollywood Studios that is just like oh, I really don't like that and I don't want to go see it. But the continuity of Hollywood Studios bothers me. When it started off, and it will always be MGM to me, that's just what it is. I sometimes have trouble even remembering to call it Hollywood Studios because it was MGM for like most of my life, and then all of a sudden it was like a different name, yay. So to me, it is supposed to be like a movie studio. It was a movie studio. So all of the stuff that was the behind the scenes and the making of movies and all of the magic that went into creating movies is gone. Great Movie Ride is gone. One Man's Dream sometimes is not even like a thing that they use. The Backlot Studio Tour is gone, which was like my favorite thing at Hollywood Studios, where you would go and you would see actual studio work being done, costumes being designed, and there were actual props that you could go and see. And to me, that is what Hollywood Studios is supposed to be, is, a studio. And you're supposed to be able to see like what goes into making these movies in Hollywood. But now it's kind of just transitioned into clumps of Disney IPs. And we've got Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge, which I'm sure is amazing. Still haven't gotten to see it. Hopefully one day. And I'm not saying at all that I would not absolutely love and adore to be there like today. But I just feel like it's not Hollywood Studios. I feel like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge could have been like its own park. And I know that it's not just as simple as being like, we're going to make a new park. Let's do it. But to put things in Hollywood Studios, and it's just becoming weird little clumps of things. We've got the Toy Story stuff over here, and we've got Galaxy's Edge over here, and then we've got at the front there is the old 1920s, film star, and the with the Streetmosphere characters. That kind of stuff is still trying to hold on to what Hollywood Studios and MGM Studios was. But I feel like it's just fading out, and eventually it's just gonna turn into kind of like a Magic Kingdom, where you just have individual lands around a hub that don't actually have anything to do with each other. And they are eventually probably going to rename Hollywood Studios to something else that's more just about like Disney magic, because it's not about studio stuff anymore, and that makes me sad. So that's it. That is my 10 unpopular opinions. So let me know what your unpopular opinions are, specifically Disney or not. If you don't like chocolate or whatever, you can give me a regular list of unpopular opinions down there too. But let me know what some of your unpopular Disney opinions are. I'm really curious to see, do you agree with some of mine? Are you like ready to fight me on some of mine? Stay safe, stay sane, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye y'all.